Can we get track mode for the Model Y? Is it possible?
Elon actually said yes to a tweet that was exactly like this. So,
what?
Yes. Apparently, I didn't know, honestly, that the Model Y didn't have track mode. That's because I didn't buy a performance Model Y. But apparently, it's coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, after playing around with track mode in the electric performance race car that we're racing up Pikes Peak, I can see why everyone's so excited about track mode. You get so much control over the performance of the car.
Right. It's kind of like a video game where you just get to control a bunch of sliders and it immediately has an effect on the car that you're driving. Most racing games don't even have that level of control, mainly because they're trying to control old ice cars, and basically every movement of the slider is like some guy with like a wrench going like, oh, I gotta change out the whole part.
Info on the standard range Model Y was just taken down from the configuration page. Is it still going to be made?
Elon said no, as range would be unacceptably low, less than 250 miles EPA range.
Okay, well, let's stop right there for a second, because that's kind of unexpected.
Right. I thought that when they came out with the Model Y, standard range was going to be an option.
I guess Elon doesn't like things below 300 miles.
Yeah, I think 250 is probably what they're going for. Even the standard range plus Model 3 is around 250 miles of range. And I'll be honest, that is a bare minimum range for an EV to be like, oh, this is my car, instead of this is my car, but I also have my other car in case my main car doesn't allow me to do everything that I want to do.
Then Jason said, okay, so long-range rear-wheel drive reservations are staying. Any word on range for that model? At reveal, it was 300.
Elon said, doing range testing now, number will be significantly higher than 300. Extremely good for any EV, especially an SUV.
And then he went on to say, we have reduced pricing on Model Y long-range dual motor and will offer a long-range single motor Y in a few months, which improves affordability while still keeping the product excellent. So that's, I guess to be expected, right? Because there is a rear-wheel drive Model 3.
Right. So no smaller battery pack, which makes it easier for Tesla to produce these, but fewer motors. So just one less motor, not in the front.
So I guess in places where you don't really need the all-wheel drive, you could go for the cheaper rear-wheel drive.
Right. And in my experience as a owner of a rear-wheel drive Model 3, here in New England, it gets snowy, it gets slippery, and it would be nice to have all-wheel drive, but I've hardly ever run into a situation where I needed it.
But speaking of snow, Energy Oracle said, how about adjustable front-to-rear bias for snow?
Elon said should do this automatically. So, this is kind of a funny question because a lot of people have already experienced this in driving their cars in the snow.
It's really tough living in this world full of bad news.
Why not share this with your friends and family to cheer them up and give them hope?
Sharing this clip is easy. That's why we made them. Short and to the point. Just hit the share button below, copy the link into your emails or social media posts, and thanks.
Now you know.